Hey everybody, Mother Theresa here. How's everybody doing on tonight? I hope everybody is doing well. Listen, if you haven't gotten your snack and your favorite beverage, go ahead and pick it up. You've got some time, everybody. Well, hello there, everybody. How's everybody doing on tonight? Listen, this is Mother Theresa, and I am grandstanding with you on tonight. This Tuesday night at 7:04. Welcome, 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 everybody. And I just want to say, I hope that you have enjoyed your week. Since the last time that I saw you, I spoke with you. And since we were able to grandstand together. So on tonight, we're going to continue with the same sort of theme that we started on last night or on last week, where we were talking a little bit about Christmas and the joys of Christmas and also December smiles. For those of you all that stick around to the very end, I've got something very special that I want to share with you all. That if you stick around to the end, okay, you're going to be in for a treat. So what I also want to share with you all is that for those of you all that I had kind of given you all an assignment, how many of you all remember what the assignment was that I had given you all on last week? The first person who puts it in the chat, I have something really nice that I'm going to be sending you all. If you all remembered what I asked you to do, put it in the chat, okay? It was a little homework assignment. Put it in the chat. So if you're here for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're coming back, I want to say thank you for coming back. And for those that are on other social media platforms, if this is coming across your For You page, I just want to say, hey, if you haven't subscribed to my social media platforms, I would love to have you as a subscriber. You can find me on YouTube as the other Mother Theresa. You can find me on Facebook, which a lot of times this is where you're seeing it. You can also see me or find me on Instagram, TikTok, all the other Mother Theresa. And then sometimes you may find me on my new channel, which is Get Soul Notes, because I am the founder of Get Soul Notes. And I'll tell you all a little bit about that later. So how is everybody doing on tonight? How has your week been going? Hello there, Mama. I see that you are here. You all listen. For those of you all who follow me on social media, what do y'all think about my December smiles on yesterday? It was all about my mom, all about my mama. Okay, so if you all saw that, put some hearts in, send some thumbs up, some hearts, some likes or whatever, or just put it in the comments that you saw my social media platform or post about December Smiles, which I featured my mom. So let's just jump right back into it. We're going to talk a little bit more about December Smiles. And let me just tell you all that when I think about December Smiles, when I think about the things that make me smile, it ranges from, like I said, talking about my mom, talking about my husband, talking about my children, my family, my dad, my stepdad, everybody that is a part of my life. my work family, just the things that we're doing, being able to go look at the Christmas lights, the things that actually make me smile. And it's not just for the month of December, but it's for in general. And some of you all, to be honest, if you think about the things that actually make you smile, what are the things that make you smile? For those that are in on the live stream right now, go ahead and put it in the comments. And for those of you all that's going to be catching this a little bit later, what are the things that make you smile? What are some of the things that absolutely brighten your day? You know, it brightens your day to the point where all you can do is just sit back and smile. All you can do is just sit back and smile. Because let me just tell you, the things that make us smile sometimes doesn't come with a price tag. Okay? It doesn't cost very much, or it costs very little, or it doesn't have a cost at all. These are the things that genuinely make you smile. You know, I shared maybe on the couple of days ago, I shared a moment with my next to the oldest granddaughter. She was actually, it was Rennie. Rennie was actually went fishing for, I think maybe the first time. I said the first time. But she went fishing and she caught her first fish. Now, that didn't cost us anything but time. But when I tell you that moment was priceless, and that's enough to make me smile. Not only did it make me smile, it made her big daddy smile, it made her smile, and all the other little grandkids. It was just an exciting moment. So think about it. The things that really make us smile, you guys, sometimes it doesn't really cost us anything. And what I want to talk about tonight is the heart of giving, why generosity transforms our lives. And when I think about the power of giving, I often think about what my husband and I will say. We've said it time and time again, is that what you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. And we are a firm believer and a witness of that. I see somebody's got their hand up. Yes, let me see who that is. I can't see let me see if I can find the comments. Okay. All right. So, oh, okay. All right. That's my honey waving. Y'all, he's sitting right across the way over there, but he's waving at me. And that's why we talk about a heart of giving and how generosity transforms lives. See, it doesn't have to be something that is costly. It doesn't have to be anything that has a cost at all, but just a simple wave from across the way, honey. Thank you, honey, for waving at me. But anyway, listen, you all, we have seen God do this so many times in our lives. We have been in situations where we have needed things personally or financially, or we've needed God to move in our lives. And what has happened is that what we have done, or what we have noticed, is that when we become a giver, when we become when we do things to help other people, that's usually when God steps in and makes things happen for us. I shared a situation. Y'all, just forgive me. I am messing with my stuff over here, trying to do something, and I'm trying to figure it out, but I can't figure it out. But anyway, let me just tell you. So several years ago, one of our brothers from the church, our home church, he was promoted to pastor a church, him and his wife. And they wanted a van. They needed a van because they wanted to be able to go into the community and pick up people and bring them to church. They wanted a van ministry, but yet they needed funding. And so my husband and I, we talked about it, and we had visited their church a couple of times, and God just laid it upon our hearts to be a blessing to them. And I'm not talking about just two or three, dollars or $200 or $300. We sold significantly into that ministry to help them to be able to purchase their van. And let me just tell you, we were so very proud and so very thankful when they received their van, just like it was something for us, because we know the principle that what we make happen for others, God will make happen for you. And whether it's through your giving of your finances, whether it's giving of your time, whether it's giving of your words of encouragement, we have to understand that when we bless others, when we are generous to others, it comes back to us. Now, it may not necessarily all come back to you. It may come back to your children or your children's children. My husband and I were listening to something earlier today, and it was a young lady. She was talking about we are benefiting from the blessings of the people who have gone on, those people who are no longer with us anymore. And my honey and I, we were just discussing, and we were saying, that is absolutely right, because we know that we had grandparents that prayed for us. We know that we probably had some relatives that's prayed for us, some of our church members that's prayed for us that are no longer here. Some people who spoke blessings over our lives and over the lives of our children that are no longer here. And we are benefiting from those blessings, from those prayers. Let's just put it like that. The prayers have continued to bless other people, and they are no longer here, you all. So think about it. When we are being generous with other people or to other people, and not just during this time of year where it's the Christmas season, but we should make this a habit of being generous to people, showing our generosity. But when you do this, just know that it's coming back. And it's going to come back in a way that we may not even anticipate it or even be aware. But it's coming back, you all. And what better thing that we can do is to honor other people by being generous to them. And not only that, by being generous and with our words, with our encouragement, with our prayers. Because sometimes we don't have the finances to necessarily put into somebody's hand. But guess what? What we can do is go and sit with them. We can talk with them. We can go over to their homes. And if they need something done, we can be a blessing to them like that. I was also listening a couple of days ago. It was this lady, and she was talking about back years ago in her neighborhood when there was somebody in the community that was sick, or that had or someone who had passed away, but she was mostly talking about when someone was what we used to call the sick and the shut in, when they were unable to do things in their homes, like maybe clean their houses or be able to cook or to be able to do things. They may have had surgery, or they just may not just be feeling well. But what she said is that back during those days in her neighborhood, the neighbors would come together, and one person would go over at this time and sit there with them while they were recouping. And also, what they would also do is cook food for them, clean their house, do all those types of things. And they would just kind of have this where one neighbor would come at this time, another neighbor would come at that time. And that's what they did. And this is what she said they used to do back in the day. But how many people are doing that now? How many? And that's what she was saying. She said, you don't see that these days. People just don't do it like that. And she is absolutely correct. A lot of times we are so busy with our own lives that we don't have time to show our generosity to others. So I'm going to challenge you to do that. Make sure that you are spending some time showing others generosity. And like I said, it doesn't have to cost you anything. Some of you all are great bakers. You are great cooks. It would be very helpful if, you have someone that's sick or unable to get around, cook their dinner for them on some nights. And if you can't cook, you may have to do send them a gift card, or actually go and pick up dinner from their favorite restaurant and deliver it to them. If you can't do that, maybe you can go over and you can clean their kitchen for them, or you can vacuum their floors, or you can do whatever. But just find yourself being generous to someone else. And listen, you all, this is the time of year where we typically see people being the most generous. During the Christmas season, during the holiday season, it's just something about this season that brings out the best in us. And because it brings out the best in us, we typically find ourselves being a little bit more cheerful, being a little bit more generous. And when that happens, guess what? You're not doing it for nothing. Okay. Most of the time it makes us feel really, really good. You know, I had to go to an event on yesterday evening where where we had to bring in pajamas for kids who needed, pajamas. It was for an organization. And let me just tell you, the way that they had it set up is that you bring in the pajamas. They had a wrapping station where you can go in and you can wrap the pajamas, put them in a nice little package or whatever, and then you sat down and you would have dinner. And so I thought that was a very neat idea. But guess what? All I had to do was go and buy the pajamas, and I didn't even have to do that. Matter of fact, my coworker went and picked it up for me, and I was able to participate by being generous to someone else. So I'm going to ask you a question. What is something that you can do during this holiday season to show a level of generosity towards other people? It doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be costly, but you do have to do something. So that's your homework assignment, okay? So those that are listening right now, those that are going to listen a little bit later on, what are you going to do to share your heart of giving by being generous to somebody else? And listen, you all, my phone is telling me that it is getting low, and I have had a busy, busy day. And so let me just say that if my phone should happen to blink off, then I will fix it. And then, okay, here comes my honey to the rescue. Listen, you all, these portable generators, they are amazing. The orange one. These portable generators are amazing. And so it's probably going to work, honey. It's probably going to work. So my husband has skipped across the room and came over here with this portable generator and has plugged up my phone. I really hope that it continues to work. So listen, kindness. Okay, let's see what it says. Kindness. Oh, hello there, Sister Barbara. We should always show kindness and our care. You're absolutely right. As people of God, we know that we're supposed to be doing that. We should always be showing kindness and showing other people, that we care about them. But just as people in general, just as humanity, that is something that we all should be doing for each other. And again, like I said, it doesn't have to cost you anything. Some of you all, like I said, are great cooks, great bakers. Do something. And even if you can't do that, you can go and you can just sit with someone. And let me just tell you, sometimes all people want to do is to be able to have a conversation. And sometimes you don't really need to have much of a conversation. But some of our older people, our elderly people, and maybe some people that are just shut in the house, that they do not get very much company, it would be great for you to stop by and just visit with someone. Okay? Just stop by and visit with them. Spend a little time with them. And guess what? If you can't go and visit with them, call them on the phone. They probably will not want to talk very long, but they will probably really, really enjoy having a phone call. And sometimes those unexpected phone calls are the absolute best, you all. And you all may say, well, Mother Theresa, why are you sharing this? Why are you telling this kind of information? I'm trying to help you all to understand that when we bless others, what we do for others, I think Candace and my sugars are watching. What we do for others, you all, God will make happen for you. And sometimes we may find ourselves in situations where we may say, well, I just can't get a break nowhere. I mean, I cannot catch a break nowhere. Well, let me ask you a question. When is the last time that you were a blessing to somebody? When was the last time you blessed somebody? When was the last time you did something good for somebody? Okay? I see something saying reach out to the elderly. Absolutely. Do something good for somebody else. You know, a lot of times we have our hands out and we're expecting somebody to always be putting something in our hands, for somebody always to be doing something good for us. But listen, we've talked about this before, you all, that we, the strong people and the people that really need some assistance, sometimes it's hard for us to ask because we're the ones that's giving. And the other people with their hands out there are the ones that's receiving. And you all may say, well, what does that have anything to do with anything? It's got a lot to do with everything. Become a giver, become a blesser, okay? If you want to see your life blessed, become a blessing. I talked about once before about a lot of times the blessings that we have for other people is hanging in our closets, is sitting in our cupboards, okay? What other people are praying for, you have it in your cupboards. You have it in your closets. You have it in your garage that has all kinds of stuff in it. You have it in your pantry or in your couponing closet where you are storing up, just storing, you know. And I'm not saying don't coupon and don't, you know, buy things in bulk. But guess what? If you could load a little basket and take it to somebody, you may be the blessing that they have been praying for. Because I do realize that we are the answers to somebody's prayers. We are. We hold it in our possession. We have it in at our disposal. I think I said somebody said, my honey says, which hand is blessed? The one giving or the one receiving? You all, what y'all think about that? Put your comments in the put your thoughts in the comments. Which hand is blessed? The hand that's giving or the hand that's receiving? And on different occasions, it may be either or, okay? But what I want you all also to know in this holiday season of you know, there is lack. You know, for some people, it's going to be a very difficult Christmas season for some. And for some, it's going to be a very blessed season. For those of us that can bless other people, please do so. Okay? If you have the means to be a blessing to somebody else, please do so. And if you need something, okay? If you are the person that's needing something, don't be afraid to ask somebody. Because I was talking to someone just recently, and I think she shared with me, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. Is that what they say, honey? A closed mouth doesn't get fed? Guess what? If I don't know that you're in need of something, and I may have it, if you don't tell me, then I don't know that you need it. So, if you need something, people, share it, okay? And guess what I said? I said, if you stay with me to the very end, then I had something really special for you on tonight. I've been talking about December smiles. And for those of you all that are listening on tonight, that is tuned in with me on tonight, I'm going to share with you all a little bit of something that I think you're going to really, really enjoy. And for those of you all that is still with me, I hope that you all enjoy your week. I hope that I pray that you have a blessed week. You all, I didn't see anybody put the homework assignment, okay? The hand that gives, the hand that gives, did somebody put that? The hand that gives, okay. I didn't see anybody put the homework assignment in there, so that probably lets me know that you did not do it, okay? So if you didn't do your homework assignment, I can't give you the little goodie that I had for you. But as we are closing on tonight, I would just like to say thank you all for grandstanding with me. That's what my sister Cynthia says. Good night, grandstanders, but I'm going to take you out in a different manner than what I brought you in. And I want you all to have a great, great week. Remember that if you have not been tuning in to December Smiles, you need to tune in to December Smiles, okay? Because you are really, really missing a treat like this. Yes, Lord, there's joy in the air. December smiles everywhere. Lights are dancing on the streets, children laughing in the breeze. Folks are holding doors for strangers, pieces moving through the city. Even hearts that carry sorrow feel a little lighter now. 'Cause love shows up in simple ways, reminding us heaven is still around. The cold may try to chill the soul, but kindness warms the heart so bold. One smile can turn a whole day bright. A little joy can change a life. December smile. You can see it in the way we give and love a while. From the grocery line, strangers passing by with style. In the twinkle of the Christmas light, in the hugs that linger extra tight. Hope is shining through the night. December smile. Oh, December smile. Families gather round the table, old songs playing on the radio. Neighbors dropping off desserts, folks greeting you a Merry Christmas, y'all. Even those who carry grief feel compassion rise like dawn. 'Cause something about the season makes remember we belong. And even when the tears still fall, love is wrapped around us all. God sends comfort through mankind, a simple joy, a gentle sign. You can see it in the children running down the aisle. When folks give grace they haven't shown in quite a while. In the laughter from the firelight, in the hearts that choose to do what's right. Love is glowing big and bright. December smile. December smile. Joy in the city, peace in the town, kindness like snowflakes falling all around. Every act of love is heaven on display. God used an ordinary people to show grace today. Joy to the world, goodwill to all. December lifts the weary, helps the broken stand tall. December smile. You can feel it when a weary heart is reconciled. December. When God uses everyday people to love like a child. In the care of summer, winter nights. In the hands that help us hold on tight. Mercy makes the season right. December smile. December smile. May His joy fill your days. May His peace light your way. 'Cause even through the trials, Hey, I hope you all enjoyed this December Smiles. This is one of the many blessings that you're going to hear from Mother Theresa. And listen, just be on the lookout. You all heard a sneak peek. This has never before been released, but this is going to be available on YouTube, Spotify, all different things that wherever I can get it, you're going to hear December Smiles. And so I hope that you all enjoyed it on tonight. Listen, when you see me putting out things, please support me, okay? I've got a lot of things up here in this head of mine, but December Smiles, I hope that you all enjoyed it. And listen, you heard it first here on Grandstanding with Mother Theresa. So when it comes out again, yes, you say what? Another trademark. When you hear it again, you're going to say, that's Mother Teresa's song. Yes, definitely not my vocals, but my song. Okay, you all? So I hope you all have a great night. Have a great night. And just remember, be generous or show generosity to other people. And don't forget December Smiles. All right, everybody. You all have a great night. And I look forward to seeing you all on next week. Bye-bye, everybody.